September the 23rd, 2025 to order at 6:02 p.m. May we please stand for the invocation provided by Commissioner McPherson Sr., followed by the pledge of allegiance.
Dear gracious and eternal Father, we just thank you for another opportunity to come before your presence, Father. Father, we ask that you just saturate this place, Father, that your Holy Spirit just lead and guide us, Father, in whatever decisions or whatever we do tonight. Father, let it be pleasing in your sight, Father. Father, we commit this city into your hands. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Babb,
Present.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Present.
Commissioner McDonald,
Present.
Commissioner McPherson,
Present.
Commissioner Scott,
Present.
City Manager,
Present.
City Attorney,
Here.
City Clerk is present.
Thank you, City Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you, staff. And most importantly, thank our listening audience for being here to witness and participate in our regular scheduled meeting. City Manager, do we have any additions or deletion to the agenda?
Yes, sir. Just slight addition. We have with us this afternoon, and we want to add him as a presenter on the presentations, Mr. Michael Snodgrass, who will give an update on the Townhouse Everglades project, Everglades Town Homes project, and that's the only addition, sir.
City Commission hearing the addition to our agenda, Mr. Snodgrass will be being asked to do a presentation for the commission and the public. There are no other deletions. I'll entertain a motion for the adoption of the agenda as presented with the add-on.
Mayor Babb, I move that we accept the agenda with the add-on.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly second by Commissioner McPherson Sr. Call for questions. Hearing none. Are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Babb.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by a unanimous vote. I will move to presentation, proclamation, public service announcement, and public comments. City Manager will do the proclamation first on the agenda. City Attorney.
Yes, we have
We have
PSA
a few
for this section.
PSAs.
We have one PSA for this section,
For this section.
and that will be by Mrs. Annie Eiffel.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Mayor, Commission, residents, Annie Eiffel with Healthier Glades. I just want to just give some updates on some things that Healthier Glades is working on so that you're aware as well, and encourage your residents to engage and participate. Right now, I'm working on two projects. The first one is the Pink Walk. We did that last year with a group of residents and community stakeholders in the city of Pahokee at the marina. We're doing it again this year, and I want to say thank you to City Manager Jackson for supporting us with the Pink Walk. We're doing it actually here. We're going to do the walk on the field, and then we're going to do the brunch celebration in the cafeteria on that Saturday, the 18th. On the 17th, Empower Healthcare is doing their tea and conversation, and that will be in the cafeteria as well, I think from 11 to 2. So we have that going on to promote Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're also going to be providing mammogram screenings as well. I know definitely on the 17th, we're still working on the 18th to finalize that. So that's one thing we're working on with the community. The other one that we're doing is Arts on the Muck. As you know, Muck Bowl is going to be during Halloween this year. And so one of the things we're doing, we realize that there's activities for the students, there's activities for the young people, but it's not a lot of activities for our older crowd or our more mature crowd. So one of the things we're doing, we're collaborating with a lot of the senior programs, and we're doing Arts on the Muck. And we're doing it more like a pep rally, festive activity, but we're also going to be working on talking about the connection between the arts and brain health. So, you know, we have a large senior population and a very active one, especially in South Bay and Belglade and Pahokee. So we want to make sure that we provide activities for our seniors to engage and participate in. It's almost similar like when they do the senior prom, but this is more during the day, during lunchtime from 11 to 2. And it's going to be at the Lois Lewis Center in Belglade from 11 to 2. So that's two of the events that Healthier Glades is working on with community to make sure that we do activities to address issues around health and wellness and mental health. We're also partnering with the Greater South Florida Baptist Women's Conference, where we're doing a community health fair at St. John Missionary Baptist Church. That's going to be on October the 11th in Belglade at Reverend Robert Reese Church. And that's going to be an opportunity for anybody who is interested in participating. There will be a mammogram bus there for those who need to get their mammograms done as well. So we're trying to create opportunities in the Glades to make sure that people get access to much needed services that people want to bring to the community. Last but not least, Bridges at Pahokee and Bridges at Belglade is partnering with Caridad, and their Caridad is providing dental and vision services. And so they're swapping between the two sites. I know this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, they're doing one at Bridges at, I want to say Bridges at Belglade, but if I'm wrong, I'll correct it. But I know at one of the Bridges sites, they're doing they're bringing their mobile unit out to do vision and dental. And when I'm talking about dental, they're doing extractions, they're doing dental exams. I think they're doing fillings as well. I got an extraction. That's how I know from personal experience. And they also do comprehensive vision, where they can even dilate your eyes and do a complete exam. And they got that through a grant through the Department of Health. So this is a free service at no cost that is coming into our communities. What I'll do is I'll share the information with the clerk along with the flyers for the events that I'm talking about. And if she can post it on the City of Pahokee page, that would be ideal. So with that, I think that's all I have for this evening.
Ms. Eiffel, what time was the October the 11th event at
St. John?
at St. John?
10 to 2. So they'll have diabetes A1C screening, blood pressure checks, circulation screening, mammogram. They'll have information and resources as well at the event. And then throughout the year, we also do a bunch of health and wellness type activities. Ms. McDonald and I were at the one with Empower Healthcare this past Saturday. And then I'm working with the faith-based health educator. We'll be doing stuff throughout the year. So I know in June, the first Saturday in June, we'll do our annual men's health. So you can go ahead and put that on the calendar. That's for the men's health event that we do with Bolden Community Impact.
Thank you. Appreciate the information.
Thank you.
Now we'll move to the presentations at this time. I have our city manager introduce the presenter.
Yes, Mayor and Commission, we've been requesting for some time now to have an update on the Everglades Townhome project. As you know, there have been a couple of iterations of things happening. Mr. Snodgrass has been very responsive in all of the requests, but due to some limitations on his ability to respond based on some things that are happening in the courts now. He's consented, he's flown down today and keeping his word and giving an update as much as he can under the circumstances. So his presentation will be about the future of the project and not so much about what has occurred in the past. So with that, Mrs. Snodgrass.
Mr. Mayor, Commission, my name is Michael Snodgrass. I'm the CEO of Oikos Development Corporation. We're a not-for-profit 501c3 affordable housing developer. As you're aware, I've been here a few times in the past, and so I just want to give you a brief update going into what I can about how we're going to proceed forward. There was a change in the general contractor and the permit holder, the business license holder, is now the responsible entity for finishing out the project. If you've been by the site in the last couple of weeks, you've noticed a lot more activity than there has been in some time. You know, we have anywhere from 15 to 25 people working on the inside of the buildings at this point. The site, we expect the site underground utilities to be completed within the next 2 weeks, and then we'll be starting to bring back in all the necessary fill dirt then to put in the parking lot and to finish out the project from that standpoint. Interior wise, we've been doing a lot of inspections over the last couple of weeks, structural, and then we will be finishing up some of the framing items that are necessary. And from there, it's pretty fast. You know, once the framing is inspected, which we expect to be fairly soon, then it will be sheetrock, mud tape, paint, interior finishes, cabinets, and then we should be, each building is probably only about 60 days away from being complete on the interior. But there's a lot of activity that has to go on simultaneously to make everything work. We expect the full project to be done within about 90 days. We're shooting for the end of the year, at which point we'll have an open house, and of course we'll want to be working with this body to make sure that gets done and that you're all present for that. So once we get a little bit more firm date on that aspect, we'll be sure to bring that in. The one thing I do want to still talk about, and I've talked about this in the past, is we still want to have a monument on the entryway for the old Everglades Hospital, and so any suggestions you have for language on that, we still would greatly appreciate this body's input. I mean, I can write it, but you know it, you've lived it, so I would appreciate anything you can do in that aspect. I will say that we've identified any and all vendors that we can that were potentially unpaid, and we have done our best to, if they had a valid contract and if they were able to put together their invoice, we made sure that everybody's been paid at this point. All liens have been paid to date, and so we're kind of starting from scratch in terms of that aspect. So I'm sure there are questions, but if anybody has any questions, otherwise we look forward to getting this thing done.
Well, we appreciate you coming to provide a update and a presentation to the commission and the community. One of the questions I have is the occupancy. I know it's primarily for farm workers, but that's the only criteria, or do you have any other option to allow someone other than a farm worker or relative of a farm worker to live there?
Well, the first priority is going to be the farm labor. Anybody that's working at any of the sugar mills or any of the farm-related activities, which will cover a wide variety. If those are not identified, then it's open up to the public in general. We get what's called the rental assistance from USDA for the farm labor, and so that's why it has to be priority one. But there, you know, should they not be identified, in some cases there are some projects that don't have 100% farm labor in it, so it's certainly an option. The other one, and I know we've talked about this in the past, is the middle area. You know, we've discussed several options for that. Of course, we wanted to have the Head Start there, but due to circumstances beyond our control with the NDC, some of that funding is no longer available. And so that's another one that we've been thinking about to broaden the base of housing, as we could possibly put housing on that center part, in order that would be open to everybody. So first things first, got to get this one done. Then after that point, then we'll probably come back down and talk about the middle part and whether there's an option to address the other housing needs that are in the area.
Commissioners, anyone have any questions or comments they'd like to make at this time? Okay,
All right, thank you.
all right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Snodgrass.
Next, we'll move to our proclamations. We have one proclamation, City Attorney.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Whereas United Way of Palm Beach County and the Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners joined forces in 2015, launching a bold countywide hunger relief plan that continues to address food insecurity and its lasting impact on individuals and families. And whereas the hunger relief plan is guided by 10 ambitious goals and driven by the collective impact efforts of 183 partner organizations and a dedicated Hunger Relief Advisory Council. And whereas overall food insecurity decreased from 14.2% in 2015 to 11.5% in 2024, and child hunger declined from 23.6% to 18.1%. And whereas over the past decade, partners have worked closely to increase food insecurity through vital programs such as the after-school meals program, summer break spot, and weekend backpack program, ensuring children have access to nutritious meals year-round. And whereas infrastructure and innovation, including the United Way of Palm Beach County Food Finder maps, the geographic pantry assessment, and a new commercial kitchen and food processing facility at the Palm Beach County Food Bank have significantly expanded the county's hunger relief capacity and reduce food waste. And whereas outreach to rural communities, especially in the Glades, has expanded through initiatives such as the Tri-City Garden Project, Healthy Corner Stores, and strategic advocacy efforts to ensure access to food and resources for all. And whereas while we celebrate 10 years of impact and collaboration, Palm Beach County residents continue to face food insecurity, underscoring the importance of sustained programs and initiatives through action, advocacy, and innovation. Therefore, I, Keith W. Babb, Jr., Mayor of the City of Pahokee, Florida, on behalf of the City Commission and our citizens, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as Hunger Action Month. In the official recognition whereof, I hereto set my seal and cause the seal of Pahokee to be affixed this 23rd day of September 2025. Mayor Keith W. Babb Jr., Vice Mayor Sanquetta Cowan Williams, Commissioner Isabel J. McDonald, Commissioner Everett D. McPherson Sr., and Commissioner James H. Scott.
Thank you, City Attorney. Are there any organizations that would?
I wear many hats. So I happen to be on the Glades Hunger Relief Committee, so, for
Okay,
United Way.
so we'll present this proclamation to that organization if the commission will join me in this presentation.
You gotta be one of the most, you gotta be one of the most photographed people in Palm Beach County.
At this time, I have our newest city commissioner, Commissioner McDonough, present this
this proclamation to the organization.
On behalf of the city and all of our officials here, it is my pleasure to indeed present this to you, this proclamation.
If you want to say anything.
Thank you once again. Good evening again. Just want to let the community know that United Way of Palm Beach County has been doing a lot of work in the Glades to try to address hunger relief issues. Those summer break spots that you saw during the summer, that's part of United Way of Palm Beach County. They're working with Federation of Families along to try to bring community gardens to all 3 areas. We have one in South Bay. They found a location in Belglade, and I think they were working on when Mr. Lucas was here to try to find a location in Pahokee. It is still the plan to bring community gardens into our community because the residents have said they want to have like a green market like they have in Royal Palm. So what I'll do is as information becomes available, I could bring that information back to you guys of where we are. One of the challenges that they're facing right now is because of the cost of everything is becoming more and more difficult to try to get food out to everyone. For some places who were receiving support from United Way, they went from doing it every week to like every other week because of the shortage. So we're starting to see those effects. For the Glades work group, we have myself, Varee Jenkins with Federation of Families, Willie Lawrence, Caroline Villanueva, and others, so along with folks from United Way. So we do have folks that are from the community that's part of that work group addressing the hunger needs of our community. So thank you, and I'll make sure they'll get this.
Next, we'll have our consent agenda, which we don't have any consent agenda items. Next is old business, discussion of existing activities or previously held events, if any. There's nothing listed here. I don't know if the city manager have anything you want to add to old business or not.
No, sir. I just make mention, and I'm sure yourself and the others that attended the wall unveiling earlier today will probably have some comments during your time. But we had a wall unveiling ceremony here at the Parks and Recreation facility next to the football field, and it was a very good event. We were able to have some of our heroes from the football field and academic classrooms here honored. The students over the summer program, working alongside Mr. Mendez and his organization that's sponsored by the Children's Services Council, created a mural, and if you haven't seen this mural, you have to see it. And that mural pretty much represents Pahokee greatness as it relates to football and sports. The students themselves over the summer program came up with the idea and concept, and this particular wall, and I'm sure there'll be others in the future, is represented with our very own Ricky Jackson, we all know as a Hall of Famer. Anton Smith was here. He's also a former football player, both the college and the professional level. And Coach Ronnie Osborne was honored for his significance in sports and his impact and influence with the youth of the community. And is there someone else there? And Mr. Anquan Bolden is represented, but he was not in attendance today. But overall, I think for those that attended, we'll say that it was a very, very good recognition of some of our best and brightest. And I mentioned during my remarks that the group that's represented on the wall is just a small portion of the pantheon of athletes that have come through this community. And we're so honored that the students, even in their infancy now, recognize the significance and importance of, if you work hard, if you continue to sharpen your talents and skills, both on and off the field, that the sky is the limit in terms of what can be accomplished. So again, that's the only thing I have under old business as previously held events.
Thank you. Now we move to public hearings and our ordinance. We do have a few resolutions. First resolution is Resolution 2025-54. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, adopting a final millage for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2025 through September 30th, 2026 pursuant to Section 200.065 Florida statutes, computing the rollback rate, providing for adoption of representations, providing forwarding instructions, providing for an effective date.
City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Mayor, Commission, as you very well know, over the last 3+ months, the city is engaged in a process that will ultimately pan out, and we're looking at a couple of these resolutions today. Will develop and help push forward the fiscal year budgets for 2025-26. This resolution completes all required responsibilities of the City of Pahokee regarding the adoption of a final millage for the fiscal year 2025-26, as outlined in Florida State Statute 200.065. Passage of this resolution on its second reading will reflect the final millage. The City Commission of the City of Pahokee hereby adopts a final millage, and the millage rate recommended is 6.5419 mills for fiscal year 25-26, beginning October 1, 2025 through September 30th, 2026. The rollback rate for the fiscal year commencing the same period of time is 5.9585, and the levy of 6.6419 mills is greater than the rollback rate of 5.9585 by 9.7%. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-54.
Thank you, City Manager. At this time, I'll open this up for a public hearing on Resolution 2025-54. Are there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this resolution? Hearing and seeing none, I close the public hearing. City Commission, having had Resolution 2025-51 properly read into the minutes by City Attorney, properly explained by City Manager, what is your preference?
I move that we accept Resolution 2025-54.
I'll second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Mike Pearson Sr. and properly seconded by Vice Mayor Williams for the movement and adoption of Resolution 2025-54. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes, thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we have Resolution 2025-55. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, relating to finances, providing for the adoption and funding of the final municipal budget of the City of Pahokee, Florida in the amount of $7,627,990 for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025 and ending September 30, 2026, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Similarly, Resolution 2025-55 satisfies all required responsibilities of the City of Pahokee in terms of adopting and funding the final budget of the City of Pahokee per Florida State Statute 200-065. Adoption of this resolution establishes the fiscal year 2025-26 budget in the amount of $7,627,990. Again, thanks to the Commission and staff over the last 3+ months, it's been a process that we worked through collectively, and staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-55.
Thank you, City Manager. At this time, I'll open it up for a public hearing on Resolution 2025-55. Are there anyone in the audience wish to speak on this resolution? Hearing and seeing none, I close the public hearing on Resolution 2025-55. City Commission, having heard Resolution 2025-55 properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by our city manager, what is your preference?
Mayor Bev, I move that we accept, excuse me, Resolution 2025-55.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly seconded by Commissioner McPherson Senior for the adoption of Resolution 2025-55. Call for questions.
I have a question. City Manager, do you know when we would get a copy of the budget with all the corrections on it? Because I still have it still has the same information, and I know this is the last hearing for it. Because when I look on page 23, which is 6 at the bottom, I have a few questions. My first question is, on this page where it gives us the personnel service detail, and I know we've gone over this before, I see where we have a public service assistant director and an assistant director of public service. So those are two of the same positions? I know you said you were going to clean it up and we would get a copy where all of this was corrected, so that's my question. We have two assistant directors of public service, you just switched the naming around. It says public, like 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom, and then right in the middle, that says public service assistant director, and then up under it, when you come where it says grant administrator, direct, and then you come down, it says assistant director of public service. So
Yes, that's still typographical. It should be one. They're both one and the same. So to answer your question, once the budget is approved, within the next 2 weeks, you should be able to receive a final version that I'll make sure have this cleaned up to reflect.
So we
the
won't get a
difference.
clean we won't approve a clean version, we'll approve one still with all the changes that need to be made.
No, what I'm asking you to do tonight is approve it with the understanding that we'll make that one correction. Based on what we have to present to the state, we wouldn't have enough time to come back and have you to reconsider this. But we'll make the correction.
Okay, but we will get it with the corrections
Yes.
on it? Okay. And we'll submit it to the state with the clean, with
Yes.
everything that we talked about and approved in the past, all of that, that's what will go to the state?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there any additional questions? Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we'll entertain ordinance 2025-01.
An ordinance, yes, sir. An ordinance of the City of Pahokee, Florida, providing for the city's consent to the inclusion of the entire territory within the City of Pahokee's municipal boundaries into the Palm Beach County's Fire Rescue Municipal Service Taxing Unit for fire rescue, fire protection, advanced life support, or similar emergency services, fire code enforcement, and other necessary and incidental services, providing for the incorporation, providing for intent, purpose, and consent, providing for effectiveness and duration of consent, providing for effectiveness of repeal, acknowledging ad valorem millage rate limitations, providing for repeal of conflicting ordinances, providing for the severability, providing for the codification, providing for captions, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Ordinance 2025 01 outlines the city's consent to be included in the Fire Rescue MSTU. It's hereby extended, and it extends through December 31st, 2025, if implemented for tax, and be implemented for tax year 2026, in order to fund and provide county fire rescue and related services within the city as of October 1, 2026, and provide the city's continuing inclusion in the Fire Rescue MSTU without interruption for a term of 10 years through December 31st, 2035, to the extent necessary to enable the county fire rescue to provide within the city's fire rescue and related services funded by the final tax year, including but not limited to the county's enforcement of the fire code and any other laws and regulations applicable within the Fire Rescue MSTU. Staff recommends approval of ordinance 2025-01 on its second reading.
On second reading, I would open this up, this ordinance 2025-01 up for public hearing. Are there anyone in the audience who wish to speak on this ordinance? Hearing and seeing none, I close the public hearing. City Commission having had ordinance 2025-01 properly read into the minutes by city attorney, properly explained by city manager. What is your preference?
Mayor Bab, I move that we accept ordinance 2025-01.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly second by Commissioner McDonough for the approval and movement of ordinance 2025-01. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we have resolution. First resolution is Resolution 2025-56, City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, approving the observed holidays for fiscal year 2025-2026 as set forth on Exhibit A, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Resolution 2025-56, if adopted, it adopts an annual schedule of observed holidays for the upcoming fiscal year. Staff is proposing the observance of the same holidays as those proposed and approved during last fiscal year, with the exception of including the Friday, both Fridays after Christmas and after New Year, respectively.
Could you repeat that? I got lost on
Okay. What you have before you is a proposed holiday schedule. As you know, every time this year during the budget process, we approve the holiday schedule for staff. And what you have before you is the same exact holiday season that you approved. That the commission approved last year, with the exception of including both Fridays after Christmas and New Year. So Christmas and New Year falls on Thursdays this year. And staff is off the Thursday before, the Wednesday and Thursday before both. And as in keeping with the holiday season, for lack of a better term, we're recommending that staff have the opportunity to be with family and friends for that Friday and not give a break in their overall winter holiday. That's what's being recommended.
Excuse me, I'd like to make a motion that we redo this, because this is a lot of days off. and I'm looking at it, I marked it, and I disagree with a lot of days on here. It's like too many, to me, it's just too many days off.
Commissioner Scott, if I will, most of the holidays are actually holidays.
No, I understand that, but we don't have to take all of them off just because they're holiday. We take more holidays off than on the calendar. I don't agree. I'm gonna just run this by you, then, you know, you can straighten it if you like. I don't agree with, I don't think Columbus Day, no. I think, Christmas, is okay. On the 25th, we take Christmas off. New Year, we take New Year's off. Martin Luther King and, we shouldn't be taking, not President Day, I don't agree with that one either. And Independence, we only should, July 3rd, not the 6th. We should just take the 3rd off. And Labor Day. And I came up with like 10, 11 days off. I thought that was all right. I'm like, why we need 15 days off?
So we can either postpone approving this to maybe the next meeting, and we can get our
Dates.
comments or suggestions in there, or we can go ahead and approve this as presented. And I think what Commissioner Scott is asking, that we just postpone approving this at this time to maybe our next meeting.
Can I ask a question? So can we, if we don't agree with it, can we vote it up or vote it down? And then during discussion, we can make recommendations and vote on the recommendations versus having to bring it back to see if we can come to agreement with some days versus postponing it? So we can vote it up or vote it down. If we don't agree with it, vote it down, and if we agree with it, vote it up, and if we don't agree with it, then we can have a discussion and go ahead and determine the days tonight on what days we want versus bringing it back again. That's just what I'm asking to me.
Mayor, if I may, just to provide a little bit more history, the commission in my review of agendas and a review of holiday calendars, I'm thinking, went back as far as maybe 3 to 4 years, and everything that you have before you on tonight is consistent with what the commission has approved, except asking for the additional day for Christmas and for New Year's. And the rationale, again, around that was that Christmas and New Year's, they're on Thursdays this year. That was the only difference. All of the other dates are pretty much in line with what's been consistent with the commission's approval. And again, it lines up with most municipalities in Palm Beach County, if not all, and it gives an opportunity for staff to have those holidays off.
So, Mr. Jackson, you have, I guess we need to put a motion on the floor first. I'm sorry, because we don't have a motion on the floor.
I'm just saying, this 17 days,
Yeah.
that's a lot of days. Okay.
Let's go
Okay.
one holiday at a time and
Okay.
see whether or not we agree as a consensus on those particular days, and we can probably.
I can agree with it. Okay.
quicker. That way we'll get a consensus, Columbus Day. Are we in agreement for Columbus Day to remain as a holiday for us?
No.
I have a question. It has floating. Why does it have floating next to it, Mr. Jackson, I guess? For Columbus Day, it has floating.
We have the option to approve floating holidays. And those
So
are,
that's a floating holiday, not one that, okay.
well, Columbus Day is now called a couple of different things. I think it's also referred to as Indigenous People Day.
I was just asking, why was it called floating? That's what I was wanting to know. Why it was called floating?
Are there a motion to approve Columbus Day as a holiday?
It's also a federally observed day. I just want to give you as much information as possible.
Is there a motion due to lack of motion, we're gonna strike Columbus Day as a holiday for the city. If that's consensus, it appears that it is, since there is no motion or second. Veteran Day.
Make a motion, we
Motion that we
accept
keep Veterans Day.
I'll second it.
We just have consensus that remain. Thanksgiving, we have 2 days. Actually, is it 2 or 3 days we have listed here?
Two, sir.
Two.
Thursday and Friday, right?
Correct.
Agree.
That's acceptable to everyone.
I'm okay with that.
In objection. Christmas. 24th, 25th, and the 26th. Anyone in
25th.
favor of that?
I'm not in agreement with that, all those days, no.
Okay. So are we suggesting Christmas and the day after Christmas? The 25th and the 26th?
Yes.
I ain't got a problem with that.
In objection to that?
So you're saying no to Christmas Eve?
One or
Yeah,
the other.
commission as a whole, yeah.
Okay.
So we're taking the 24th off.
I
Yeah,
think that, technically what has been done is the 24th and the 25th.
Okay.
I know that 26th connects with the weekend, but in my opinion, I think we should just stay with what has been traditionally observed for the holidays.
24th and 25th?
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, that's
It
not.
don't- it don't matter.
okay, 24th and 25th.
So we're saying remove
The
the
26th,
26th off.
and keep
And
24th
have
and
2
25th.
days for Christmas and the day after.
Okay.
New Year,
New Year's.
this is 3 days being proposed.
Yeah. New Year.
December 31st, which is New Year Eve, New Year's itself, and the day after New Year.
New Year's.
Just New Year.
Yeah, New Year's. I agree with that.
Anyone object to that?
Again, Mayor, it's actually commission decision to define this, but as Commissioner McDonald just pretty much explained and it's described, is that it's consistent to have at least those major holidays, the eve of those holidays off. And the only change, again, from what's been recommended this year versus the other years is the Friday after. So if it, I really would ask that the commission reconsider and allow staff to have New Year's Eve and New Year's Day off. And you won't have any municipality in Palm Beach County that's open on New Year's Eve.
I'm just going back with the county and know that the county work on New Year Eve, but they normally give like half a day. But they do work.
Yeah, that's why I went back to. Yeah.
Okay, so we have 3 days off for New Year. We heard the city manager recommendation to hopefully to try to keep all 3 of those days. But we're approving it, so what is the,
I'm with New Year's, but
January
if they
1st.
want to go to Eve, I don't have a problem with it.
do we have a consensus of agreeing with New Year Eve and New Year's?
Yes.
And we'll eliminate the second
Okay.
of January.
All right, I do.
Yes.
Any objections? So we're gonna eliminate the second and use New Year's for New Year Eve and actually New Year's, 2 days. Martin Luther King birthday, January 19th.
Yes. It's good.
Okay. President's Day,
No,
February 16th.
I say no.
Was there a second on that? No.
I'll second.
Who are in favor by consensus of eliminating President's Day?
Who are in favor?
No.
I don't have a problem with it.
Who against eliminating? Who think it should be there? Consensus say eliminate President's Day as a holiday for city employees. Memorial Day,
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
Juneteenth,
yes.
yes.
Independence Day.
July
It will be
3rd.
July, on here, July 3rd, 4th, I don't know what all this would be.
Well,
Yeah,
I-
4th, 5th, and 6th?
No, actually,
Okay.
the only day that we're looking and recommending is the 3rd, which is on a Friday. The 4th of July is on a Saturday this year,
Okay,
and the Monday after the 4th of July is the 6th. So we're suggesting, recommending the 3rd and the 6th, that Friday and Monday.
3rd.
I'm in agreement with the third.
anyone agree with that or in favor of that?
What?
What, the third or what's on here?
Having July 3rd and 6th?
No.
Appears that the consensus is indicating that we'll have July the 3rd, and of course, July 4th is
The third
weekend.
falls on what day?
Friday. Friday.
Friday. It's the fourth, it's that Saturday.
It appears that the commission leaning towards eliminating the 6th. If that's the consensus or not.
Yes.
So for July, we have in July 3rd because it's a Friday. And of course, the July 4th is a weekend, which we'll reserve the Thursday as July 4th holiday. Lastly, is September the 7th. I'm not sure what day
Oh,
that is.
Labor Day.
What day
Labor
is
Day
that?
is
It's Labor Day.
Labor Day is on Monday.
It's always-
Always on
Monday.
the first Monday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So clerk, do you have that, everything noted on the days that the commission is approving?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we entertain a motion for that.
Mayor Bab, I move that we,
Except the-
accept resolution, 2025-56 with the dates that the commission has approved,
Okay, could you,
which are Veterans Day, November the 11th, Thanksgiving, November the 27th and 28th, Christmas, December 24th and 25th, New Year's, December 31st and January the 1st, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, January the 19th, Memorial Day, May 25th, Juneteenth, June 19th, Independence Day, July 3rd, and Labor Day, September the 7th.
and just note that we're striking out Columbus Day and President's Day.
And we're scratching out, we're taking away Columbus Day and President's Day.
Are there a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly is seconded by Commissioner McPherson Senior for the listed holidays as noted. Call for questions. Hearing none, you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams.
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson.
Yes,
Commissioner McDonald.
Yes.
Commissioner Scott.
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Motion passed by unanimous vote for the naming of the holiday as stated. Now we will move, we'd have that resolution, we read it and passed it, right? Next resolution is Resolution 2025-57, City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, authorizing the mayor to execute the 20th addendum to the law enforcement service agreement between the City of Pahokee and Rick L. Bradshaw, Sheriff of Palm Beach County, Florida. Attached hereto is Exhibit A, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Resolution 2025-57 represents the 20th addendum to the original contract as executed in February of 2006. This amends the total amount due for services for the upcoming fiscal year. The difference in the total cost of services from last fiscal year to this fiscal year is an approximate 3% increase of $18,358. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-57.
I move that we accept Resolution 2025-57.
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner McPherson and properly seconded by Commissioner Scott for the adoption of Resolution 2025-57. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McPherson?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Bab?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we'll have Resolution 2025-58, City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, approving the acceptance of the general liability property and casualty coverages, auto liability, and workers' compensation package set forth in Exhibit A hereto, authorizing the city manager to take necessary action, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Resolution 2025-58 complements the presentation by the city's general liability, property and auto liability, employee workers' comp coverage from the city's current provider, as being Brown and Brown. They provided a renewal quote for this coming fiscal year and has come in at $376,405 at a savings of $27,785 compared to the prior year's annual premiums. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-58.
Are there a motion to adopt Resolution 2025-58?
Mayor Bab, I move that we accept Resolution 2025-58.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly seconded by Commissioner McPherson for the adoption of Resolution 2025-58. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Mayor Bab?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote.
Just for the record, I second that. She had called McDonald before me, but just in case you have records.
Okay.
All right, next we entertain Resolution 2025-59.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, approving the acceptance of the employee benefits package with a 9.1% increase in medical coverage and an 11.6% increase in dental insurance coverage as set forth in Exhibit A. Hereto, authorizing the city manager to take necessary action, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
City Manager, can you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Resolution 2025-59 outlined the need to approve the employee benefits package for the upcoming fiscal year. The Garing Group, the city's current insurance broker, has provided a comparison quote of several carriers as presented during their presentation last meeting, requesting a renewal quote from carriers and requested renewal quotes from carriers for similar products. The quote came back with an increase of medical coverage of 9.1% and 11.6% increase in dental HMO coverage. Basic life and vision coverage will remain the same. The rates will be guaranteed for the next 2 years. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-59.
Thank you, City Manager. City Commission, having heard Resolution 2025-59, properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by the city manager. What is your preference?
I move that we accept Resolution 2025-59.
A second.
It has been moved by Commissioner McPherson and properly seconded by Commissioner McDonough for the adoption of Resolution 2025-59. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McPherson?
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Bab?
Yes, thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we'll entertain Resolution 2025-60, City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, approving the Pahokee Middle Senior High School 2025 Homecoming Parade and authorizing an application for a parade permit from the Florida Department of Transportation, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Resolution 2025-60, Pahokee Middle Senior High School will hold its annual homecoming parade on October 3rd, 2025. In order to do so, the City Commission must formally approve the parade and authorize an application to be completed with the Florida Department of Transportation. This resolution does exactly that. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-60.
Thank you, City Manager. City Commission, having heard Resolution 2025-60, properly read into the minutes by our City Attorney, properly explained by City Manager. What is your preference?
I move that we accept Resolution 2025-60.
I'll second it.
It has been moved by Commissioner McPherson, Senior, and properly seconded by Vice Mayor Williams for the adoption of Resolution 2025-60. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McPherson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Mayor Bab?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next and lastly, we'll have Resolution 2025-61, City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, confirming the City of Pahokee's hosting of the inaugural Pahokee High School Alumni Picnic, ratifying participation with the planning of the event, approving fees for the event, authorizing use of collected funds to offset expenses, authorizing an expenditure of up to $1,500 for incidentals, authorizing the city manager to take all necessary steps to carry out the event intent, providing for severability, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir. Several months ago, the city was approached by a newly formed independent Pahokee High School Alumni Committee, a volunteer group that proposed the concept of an alumni picnic as a community-wide event. After discussions with the committee, the commission expressed its intent to officially host the event for liability and coordination purposes. We have been meeting with this independent group for the last 3.5 months, I would say. The event is shaping up. It's scheduled to take place on Saturday, the day after homecoming, October 4th. It will serve as an inaugural event. The committee is proposing to have this to be an annual event. The event will take place at the MLK Park. By hosting the event, the city is ensuring that the activity is covered under the city's liability insurance. As we indicated, this is a volunteer group. There's no structure in terms of official structure to the group, which is why the city is stepping up and co-sponsoring or sponsoring this event. To cover the insurance and security can be coordinated with Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, which we've already been in the process of doing that coordination. To offset costs associated with planning and execution, a uniform fee schedule was developed for the class alumni participation. For each class that's participating in the alumni event, there was a $100 registration fee, along with the $100 registration fee for any vendors. To date, we have collected through that registration process a total of 32 alumni participations, which is saying that 32 classes from previous years will be participating in the event, and a total of 4 vendors for a total of $3,600. That $3,600 will be used to cover funds and everything associated with it. It'll pay for through the city. The city received the funds. The city will pay for pay for operational costs associated with it, along with some of the things that they're proposing to do at the event. They are proposing to have a series of games. They are proposing to have a DJ. They're proposing to provide trophies to the contestant winners from the classes. And all of those costs will be borne through the monies that's been collected over the last 3 months for the process. The city is basically covering to make sure that the coordination with PBSO and Palm Beach County Fire and some of the things that's associated with a special use permit is covered. Only because, again, the applicant or the committee cannot do this as a volunteer group. So staff is recommending approval of Resolution 2025-61.
I just have a point for clarification. Each one of the classes that are registered, are they permitted to erect a tent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's no additional cost for, okay.
No, that cost is a part of your registration fee.
Thank you.
Okay, City Commission, having heard Resolution 2025-61 properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by city manager, what is your preference?
Mayor Bab, I offer that we accept Resolution 2025-60.
Second.
61, I'm sorry.
It has been moved by Commissioner McDonough and properly seconded by Commissioner McPherson Senior for the adoption of Resolution 2025-61. Call for questions.
Yes, I have a question. I noticed in the resolution, it says that they can spend up to $1,500. So I know you said they're ordering games, a DJ, a trophies. So if whatever it is that they're ordering, or I don't know if they've submitted, if it's over the $1,500, are we saying that that's all they're allowed to spend is the $1,500 out of the $3,600? Is that what this, because that's what it says in here, that to cover most operational and incidentals with an amount up to $1,500.
I thought that was a city obligation to
Yes.
spend up to, not them, they can spend what they want to on their event. But it's just for us, the city is committed to spending up to $1,500.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't remember hearing that. So this is what we're saying now that the city, so how much is the so what are we, let me just ask, what are we spending the $1,500 on, Mr. Jackson?
It may not be anything. As it stands now, we're finalizing the quotes that's coming in. We'll have a fee. We have $3,600 that's been collected. And those $3,600 that's been collected, as I indicated from the registrations, will be used first to cover any and all costs. The $1,500 will come in after the $3,600 is spent, up to $1,500. So if we only need $10 after that, we'll only spend $10. But this resolution authorizes the city to use up to $1,500 to cover any other incidentals that come over and above what's collected to date.
Okay, and so I have one request, I don't know if we can do it or not, to add, if all of the funds are not spent, can we say that whatever remaining left over stays with special events?
Absolutely.
That was, because I know it didn't say that in here, so can we, for the record, say if all the funds are not spent, that the remaining funds stay with special events, so that when we have special events, this money would be part of our special events?
I wouldn't venture to go that far. As I indicated, the event is scheduled to be an annual event, so anything that's not spent from their coffers will be reserved for future events for this particular activity.
Yeah, that's, okay.
Yeah.
If we can just put that somewhere, that's what I guess I was trying to say, since it's gonna be an annual event, that we know that the funds are allocated for that in the future.
What we suggest, Mr. Attorney, that be an amendment to include that language?
Yes. Make that a part of it, and then we'll amend the resolution.
So I need to make that amendment now, or, because Commissioner McPherson made
Yes.
the motion, so I can make that amendment?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to amend the resolution that all funds that are not spent from the Pahokee High School alumni picnic that is not used, that it be for future use for this annual event.
I have a motion to amend and a second by Commissioner McPherson. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? This is on the amended motion.
Okay.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson?
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Mayor Bab?
Yes, motion passed by unanimous vote. Thank you. Next, we have new business, presentation by the city manager for activities of
Mayor Bab?
upcoming.
You have to go back to the original
Go back
motion
to
now.
the original motion.
You will have to go back to the
It
original
was
motion.
amended. That is the original motion now.
You amend it, and then you go back and
Thank
you do the final vote on the item with the amendment. That's what you all have been doing.
Okay. All right, we'll vote on the motion as amended under this resolution.
I think the original motion was made by McDonald.
McDonald.
I move that we accept Resolution 2025-61 with the necessary amendments.
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner McDonough and properly seconded by Commissioner McPherson for the amended resolution. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Bab?
Yes. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Clerk. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Now we'll move to new business, presentation by the city manager of activities of upcoming events, if any.
None, sir, outside of what Ms. Eichel referenced and providing an update on that the city is partnering with her organization on. That's both the Pink Walk and the Community Health Fair.
Now we'll move to the mayor's, report of the mayor's. We had a remembrance of the storm of 1928, I think was well attended, a beautiful memorial program for the victim as well as the only living survivor we had. We honored her with a proclamation. I thank city staff for having that program put together as an annual event that we do every year. And these programs and services, we have missed a beat this year. So we appreciate the effort of everyone who attended and was a part of that program. And today, we had the unveiling of the mural that's right out front here across from the football field. That was well attended, a great program, as the city manager mentioned earlier. Just to give some additional comments from the mayor, we had two individuals that's on that mural that was Mr. Football Florida. That's the highest honor that you can receive in high school. And then we had the Hall of Famer 2010, Mr. Ricky Jackson was in attendance. That's the highest honor you can get in professional football. The majority of the commission was there. We had the Vice Mayor of Palm Beach County there. Of course, Fire Rescue and Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office was there as usual. We appreciate you and we thank you. We don't say it enough, but it's an honor to have you there protecting and looking out for us and looking over us for this community. So again, thank you so much for your participation in that event. And lastly, the state legislators passed the open carrying law, that now Florida will be an open carry state. We're not the only one, we're actually in the majority now, but there are some things that our residents need to know, and hopefully through education and presenting the information about open carry, and they will be informed on some of the things that there's do's and don'ts in that. You can't ban that, you can't make a threatening move. Hey, I got my weapon on me, that's against the law. You can't be a convicted felon. Of course, you can't have open carriers in schools and governmental facilities and things like that. So they have to be aware of all of those things that could affect them being arrested for that. I'm hoping that this don't cause any major incident, and I pray that our community remains safe in this law. So that would be the conclusion of my report. Next, we'll have the report of the city manager.
Sir, as you all know, my last day of work scheduled with the city is October 3rd. That's on a Friday. My goal is to continue to work up through that October 3rd date on projects that are pending. I'm continuing to have meetings with the remaining partners and organizations that's affiliated with the McClure project, and also with the street phase 4 improvements. Continuing to have meetings and trying to organize things to continue those projects to move forward. I'm in the process of developing a list of projects, a list of priorities as I see it, for the person that will come in and after me, so they're not coming in blindly. I'm also wrapping up some other small projects that I would like to see completed before October 3rd. I think that's basically it for my update on projects. And I would also like to say at this time that it's been a pleasure to serve this commission and this community and the commissions prior to during my time of being city manager here. I think it's right at 17 plus months. And I really appreciate the opportunity to work in this capacity with the commission and the community. Staff, I really believe and know that you have a very good staff here. That's continually supported. They will continue to do great things. And with that, I'll say thank you again.
And City Manager, I would just like to say this. I thank you for your service that you have rendered those 17 months. You made a commitment early on when you announced that you was retiring or resigning, that you will work up until the very last day of your employment. You have certainly done that. I believe you have done a great job for this city, even to the point of fighting for staff now at this late point on the increase of vacation holidays you felt they needed. So I just thank you overall for that, and I believe that the commission as a whole certainly thank you. Again, thank you for your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next, we'll have the report of the city manager. I'm saying city attorney, I keep saying city manager, city attorney.
Yes, sir. Just wanted to bring you all's attention to there is a guidance memorandum that the Attorney General of Florida has issued regarding the open carry laws following the court case that the mayor alluded to a little bit earlier. And I will send this to the city clerk for distribution to each of you so that you can see what that guidance memorandum says and possibly have it available for the clerk to let the public know. Thank you.
Next, we'll have future agenda items by the commission, if any, and I start with Commissioner Mike Pearson. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Mike Donald.
None at this time.
Thank you, ma'am. Vice Mayor Williams.
None at this time.
Thank you, ma'am. Commissioner Scott, thank you, sir. Next, we'll have comments from the public on any item that's not an agenda item, and city clerk, do we have any comments card from the public?
Yes, sir. We have a total of 2. The first one will be by Mrs. Alice Whitaker. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Alice Whitaker, and the most of you know me. I live at 476 West Main Street in Pahokee, and I was walking my dog home the other day, and I thought that people had these dogs on a leash, but they didn't, and one of them broke loose and knocked me down, and got my little dog and dropped him. Then he come back, and he bit me 3 times. I know y'all probably can't do much about it, but they've got 5 pit bulls in that house over there. And I am scared to go out in the yard because you don't never know what those dogs might do. They've attacked me a couple of times, but this was the worst, the 3 bites. And I don't know, animal control don't seem like they can do anything. Don't seem like nobody can do anything. Where do you turn? What do you do?
One of the things we can look at as a commission is maybe having a dog on lease policy or ordinance or resolution or whatever it is we can call it to protect our residents. And I'm surprised that animal control wasn't able to do anything. You was attacked and bit. I heard about that, and I was kind of disgusted that their hands were pretty much tied. I mean, they got some procedures where they go, the dog would have to do that twice, attack somebody before they can put them down or put them away or do whatever they need to do to them. But we can at least want to look at doing that, making sure we have a lease law that requires.
It's nerve-wracking for me to live there.
Yeah.
Because I know those dogs are on a leash, but the man that got them on, fortunately enough, when they knocked me down and they got my little dog, fortunately enough, that guy that was out there in the yard, he called him off of me. I was on the ground, and he called the dog off of me. Fortunately enough, that dog did obey and go back. But, he bit me 3 times, and I'm still on antibiotics. I got the rabies vaccination because they didn't know whether they had all the shots or not. Some of them did, and some of them didn't. And I didn't know which dog it was. They were all brown dogs, and I didn't know which one it was. And I've had an encounter with them before a couple of times, but I don't know where to turn. It's nerve-wracking living by them.
City
And I don't
Attorney,
know if y'all can help me or
are
not.
there anything that we can do as far as the lease law or any additional things that you think that we can do to help protect the public from dogs being ran loose without someone?
Is there an ordinance of how many dogs you can have? They got 5 pit bulls.
Were they on a leash?
Is there an ordinance?
Did
Oh,
you say they were not on a leash?
I thought they was on a leash. Either they was on a leash and they broke loose, But they have been known to let them run around out there in the yard without a leash.
If they have a
But
fence,
this day, I thought they was on a leash, but as I was coming by, I guess either, it's an elderly man that's trying to hold those dogs. He's on disability, that's why they got that ramp. And he, I guess, I don't really, I thought they was on a leash, but whenever I started walking by, they broke loose and they got me.
I didn't think that there was any limitation on how these type things are enforced throughout the county. I just thought that there was something already in effect.
No.
Not
I have
just
I have
for-
animal control.
Do we as a
they can't-
municipality have to
The-
have our individual?
Through the mayor, the issue that came up, Mr. Jackson did send it over, and I took a look at it, and the issue that is happening now with the county not being able to do anything is not knowing which dog it was. And so
Which dog
if they
it
knew
was.
which dog it was, they would know, they would have some, some things in place that could assist. Even under the city's code, we kind of have the same issue because she's not sure which dog it was. And so we're kind of limited in what the city can do, and we're even more limited than what the county can do. Like the mayor said, he was surprised that the county doesn't have anything. So generally, what a lot of cities do rely upon is the county's animal control, because it's so hard to put this on code enforcement to deal with the dogs, in cities. And so they really rely upon, educating and having the county come out and engaging with animal control. And so here, there's not really anything, unfortunately, the city can do. And then, I would just, I guess, as a precaution, just maybe to take pictures and kind of, if the dog is out again, try, take pictures and have that information or evidence that you can maybe relay over to the county. But, it's going to be very difficult for the city.
What is really so bad is there's a daycare across the street, and they've got little kids out there. Whenever he was attacking my dog or attacking our neighbor's dog named Milo, but now he's attacking me, a person. And if those kids are out there in the yard, and if they should get loose off of that leash, this guy that's trying to hold them, like I say, he's an elderly guy, and he's got the ramp so he can get up and get down. And I don't know how in the world he's holding those dogs. They're on a leash. They're on a leash. But anyway, if those kids are out there in that yard, that dog's liable to take off and go over there. I don't know. But it was pretty bad, and I got 3 bites off of it and the antibiotics. I'm still on the antibiotics. And then I had the rabies shot because they didn't know if all of them had their shots or not, so I just went in and took the rabies.
Did he pay for the medical, or you had to pay for it? Did you have to pay for that, or did he pay for it?
We're gonna try and get the neighbor to pay for it.
No, his home insurance will pay for it.
Huh?
His home insurance will pay for it.
Yeah, that's what I said. We
Yeah.
were gonna try and get the neighbor to pay for all this expenses that I incurred.
Right.
But what is nerve wracking is living there,
I know.
there's a fence between us. I'm on one side and she's on the other. Of course, she's not speaking to me, she don't have nothing to do with me. But is there anything I can do?
Well,
In addition to maybe addressing the county commission too, because they have jurisdiction over animal control, and I would at least share that incident with them, and
Well,
hopefully
see, the animal
they
control
can come
came
up.
out, the sheriff's department came out, they all came out.
Right. I'm just saying the commission itself, I know
to the
that
county
animal control
commission.
came out, but maybe they'll be able
Go to the county
to
commission meeting
find some way.
Where's that?
over in West Point.
so you have a
So
police
what day
report,
is the
Ms. Whitaker?
county commission meeting?
You have a police report?
Yeah,
So I would, you can use your report to try to take them to court to see if you can get them to pay your bills, and maybe the homeowner's insurance is not aware that they have the dogs there, because I know when you get
Yeah, but-
homeowner's insurance, that's one
was
question
there
they
an
ask.
ordinance against how many dogs you can have?
I don't think so.
Pit bulls.
I don't think so.
One of the things that, because it's really not
The insurance
it's not a
will get
city
it.
issue, so one of the things that the resident may consider is small claims court, where you don't necessarily have to pay an attorney, you can do it yourself, and You can see what happens through that. They do have a mediation process that is required through that process, and it may get you some relief in terms of just filing the action. So we can't give you legal advice, but that is something that people sometimes consider when things like this come up.
What I'm scared is they want to attack some of those kids next door to me. I don't know. They attacked me, and I was just walking by. They knocked me down. Then they dropped my little dog, and then the dog can't turn around. He came back to me, and I was on the ground. And then finally, I got myself. The man called the dog off of me. I got myself up, and I got Charlie, and then the lady Keisha. She did take me to the hospital, and I had stitches. And like I said, I went through the rabies and went through, because they didn't really know if all the dogs had had shots or not. So there's nothing I can do.
Outside those few suggestions, again, I would say reach out to your county commissioner, Ms. Baxter. She's the vice mayor of the county, and just share that with her and see if she can.
Do you have a telephone number on her that I can get hold of?
I'll make sure
City
you-
Hall will be able to get that for you.
I'll make sure you have it in the morning, Ms. Whitaker.
Pardon me?
I'll make sure you have that in the morning.
He said he's gonna make sure you have it in the morning.
The
Okay.
telephone.
Telephone
In the
number.
morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
If somebody I can contact and tell.
Right,
It's nerve wracking.
right.
Living there.
Yeah.
And you know, when you get out, when you walk out the door, you have to look around, you know.
Okay. Thank you, and we hope you do better. Thank you, ma'am. City clerk.
The next person is Mr. Curtis Pryor.
Good afternoon. The reason I'm here, I just got a couple questions for the mayor. And 180 days ago, one of the commissioners asked about the filing a report on the money from the city. And I noticed over the 4 months that nothing been said about it from the attorney. I checked myself, I checked with the state attorney, nothing been filed, nothing been addressed. So where you guys are with that? I watched the, last time I was here, but I watched the city council meeting on the live, but nothing been addressed since then. When it's been, last time it was addressed, when it first came, it was May 27th at that meeting. It was brought up about Lucas, Jocelyn, Chandler, and Greg about the missing items, the missing money. And wanted to know, it was addressed, what can the commissioner do, or can you guys file papers, or talk with the state attorney, but it seems like there's nothing being said about it. Like it's, we don't want to keep pushing that, especially, the cities need the funds. If you can get the funds back or do something, got to take place somewhere.
I'm gonna go a little out. Normally, we don't do the interchange, but I know you've been here a while, and that's an important question that could be asked. I'm gonna just ask the city attorney, what were your final report to the commission, your finding concerning that issue of possibly filing charges, I believe, and I don't want to speak for her, that she was contacting the state attorney's office and see if they was gonna be prosecuting or pressing charges or whatever.
Yes, we don't file charges as a city, but
Right.
I did contact the state attorney herself, and the state attorney gave me the person who was looking at the issue. I did speak with that person. I provided all of the city commissioners with a memorandum about a month ago with the status of that. The assistant state attorney who was looking into the issue, he said he would be issuing a report, and as soon as he issued the report, he would send it to me so that I would know, and I said, thank you, and I would then forward it on to the commission. I have not received anything from him. They operate on their own schedule. They don't, do it because they get pressure or calls or whatever. They, proceed with cases in the normal course of business. And so I have not received anything. When I receive something, it will be forwarded to all of you. And that is the status of it right now.
there's a way you can make another call, just check on it? Because just think about it, 100, that's a lot of time. And if you don't mind, just check in. That's
You
all.
know, again, I'd have no control over that. I've called.
I know you don't have
yeah,
control, I'm saying just make a
yeah.
courtesy call to see the update. Let the concerned citizen know something or hear something. I know you're waiting for something, but nothing like a phone call to find out what, can you give me, do you have an update? If not, that's understandable. Just a courtesy, nothing. I'll be honest, I'm gonna come back and ask again next meeting. I'm gonna keep coming back. You gotta know something. That's a lot of money. A lot of things missing from the city. I'm concerned for the city. I'm from the city, but I'm concerned. I mean, I'm not sure you live here or not, but you have to be concerned what took place.
Sir,
That's
I'm not your target, okay? So I have called, I've written, I've talked to him, I left several messages. I spoke with the state attorney, the person who's over the whole place. So I went through the normal process. The person said he'll get back with me, and when he does, I will forward that to the commission. I don't know that they're moved by us calling. I know that residents have also been calling, which is what they told me. So I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm just here doing a job, and I did exactly what I said I would do, and I've written a memorandum, and I've followed up, and it is out of the city's hands at this point. But you, as a resident, you can even call yourself.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, they said
That's
people
the reason
have
I
called.
came here to ask the
Right,
same question.
and so we
Where
have
you are
done.
with your report concerning
Yeah.
a report back to us, because they're only gonna say so much on the phone or so much when you visit, but we're not hearing anything from the attorney that the city is paying.
I have done that. You just heard me make
I'm saying the
report.
update of
I
it, but
don't
you gave
even-
update to
Mr. Mayor,
them.
if you can
Yes,
please.
okay. All right, Ms. Thank you, sir. And you do have the opportunity to keep asking, that's your prerogative, you can do that if you like.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we'll move to the comments of the commission for the good of the order, if there are any. I'll start with Commissioner Scott.
Yes. I would like to make a motion that when we do the city manager interview, that we don't live stream it. I'd like to make a motion that we don't live stream the interviews of the city managers.
Mr. Mayor, you can't make any motions at this point, but what you can do is by consensus, you all can, just agree that that's what you want.
Okay.
But,
What? I don't know, you're gonna take a vote, whatever, how you do it.
I'm looking for some kind of consensus second, and we can at least
She
do a
said we can't,
consensus
she said
vote.
don't make a
No, I'm
motion.
not talking about a vote, I'm just saying, you
Oh.
can move it forward,
Oh, okay, I got you.
Do we know how many candidates we have yet?
No, I think we're gonna get that information probably tomorrow or a day or two after
I
that.
know we
The
got till
application's
midnight
closed on
tomorrow.
the 24th.
Yeah, that was the deadline. And then the,
26th, we get the applications. We interview on
we
the
gave the
30th.
clerk at least 2 days to, not the clerk, but human resource. 2
I was
days.
thinking that if we agree or disagree tonight, it'll give the community a chance to know exactly what we're doing. If they won't be looking for a live stream, they can come in to the meeting. Please, man, hold on.
I don't think you have a consensus, I'm just saying I don't
Let
see
me
it.
just ask a question. So we're talking, okay, so this was from when we were talking, when we had the special meeting for the live streaming not to do. So because, what were you saying, Mr. Scott, was because?
Because I don't think it's fair to the person that applying for the job, when they do an interview, that someone can sit in on their interview. That's just me. I think that we shouldn't live stream the interviews.
So do we have the capabilities, Mayor Bab, and I'm not sure, maybe IT, that's an IT question. Do we have the capabilities that if we do not live stream, but they can be recorded and then release them later?
We will have to.
You don't have the, it's through the mayor, you don't have there's no requirement that you all live stream. You do that as an additional, whatever you all are doing. The only requirement is that you take minutes. So that's all you have to do as a city for a publicly noticed meeting, take minutes. So you don't have to live stream if you don't want to live stream it.
And since we're kind of
So that
just,
being nobody else would, if we don't live stream, that means the people that are waiting, they will not have an opportunity to see, I guess, not to see, but to hear what the other person is saying, I guess.
They can
Mr.
come in
Scott.
public, they can come in person.
But we can ask all the contestants, ones that aren't contesting, but all the ones that applied for the job, not to come in. If you're gonna do an interview, to sit outside and wait till you're called. And just, if we have to do, if we doing, the ones on the, video, then, we understand they don't have to sit in. What I'm trying to say, I'm just trying to be fair to the person that going through the interview. That's why I just feel like that.
So you can, some cities have done that, but if I'm gonna be honest with you, it is a public meeting and
Yeah, but I'm
everybody,
saying-
and everybody, whoever sits here. Now, if you did it on video and you only allowed, okay, the video portion, whenever the video came up for the person and they are, and some people maybe were videos, some people were on screen, you could maybe choose to do that. But what you can't do is make them go out.
Ask.
Right.
Not
Well,
make-
yeah.
ask. We can ask them. They don't, if they decide they just want to come in anyway, nothing you can do about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
Any
how would we go
commission-
about asking them? I guess I just want to get clarity. So how, say, okay, if that was something we did, how would we go about asking them? Because I know you're saying we really
We-
can't do that. So
you can
how,
s-
as a city, we would go about asking them if they don't mind, if they would?
You can
or
say, right, you can say, we know we recognize this is a public meeting, you have the right to be here if you choose to. We, as a professional courtesy, we are, we would like it if we can interview people individually and one at a time, but if you choose to stay in, that is your prerogative, and we respect that, something like that.
So who would do that? The commission? We would have to,
Probably the mayor.
the mayor would have to let them know that.
I would just suggest, we have always done it openly and in a publicly live stream. That's how we've done in the past. I don't see it as to the point where we have enough evidence that it's that much of a problem that folks are using the live stream to see what Ms. McDonald's saying, so I can change my presentation to give a better answer than what she gave. I don't think it's that deep. I really don't. So I wouldn't be in favor of not having the live stream. That's just my unofficial vote. I'm just saying where I stand on that position. I think it's a public interview. The public want to have access to it and have information of how the candidates ask and answer their questions. And that's, again, it's no rule that we have to do live streaming, but I would prefer that we did live streaming as we always have done it. But if there's a consensus of a majority not to have live streaming, then that's what we would do. We always do what the majority feel. Commissioner Scott had just put in his preference of not having live streaming. If there are 3 individuals that, or 2 additional individuals that agree with that, then we won't have live streaming. But I need to know as a chair, so we'll know whether or not that's something we want to eliminate.
So I guess my question is, again, I heard what the attorney said, that we can't, we don't have to live stream. But I guess my question still is, can it be recorded? And if we decide not to live stream, can it be recorded? And then later on, if the residents want to see it, they can see it.
Yes,
Is
you
that-
can, you can record if you want to and, you know, release it a day later, I suppose. But that's up to you all.
I was just asking. I just want to know. So if they able to do that, they really won't miss out on.
Are you in favor of
I'm
having it or
asking
not?
questions, Mayor Bab. I'm just trying to get
I know, but I'm just
clarification.
saying, we're running around a circle. If you're
I'm not
favoring-
running around in circles. I'm asking questions for clarification to be transparent.
Are you in favor of it or not?
It doesn't matter with me, whichever one we do.
It's under the appear that we have a consensus not to live stream.
I'm in favor with it, with delayed tape, that we can do it, or not delayed tape, but video it and show it later.
That's what
That
I'm
way we
trying
still
to
have
ask.
that transparency.
That's what I'm trying to, that's all I was trying to ask, if we can, you know, I know you're saying being
For the
trans,
sake of,
you know, for trans,
I
I'm
think
just
it's-
asking, because that's what I was asking.
And again, I'm looking at transparency. When you do something that you normally been doing and you don't continue it for not having a valid reason, then people think we're hiding something or doing something.
Oh, I thought he said for fairness, so that other
I
people
know,
wouldn't
I'm
get a
just
question.
saying,
I'm just asking, that's what he said, for valid reasons, not that they're not doing it for a reason. I thought he said to be fair to all of the candidates that are applying for the position. so
Okay,
that
to move
nobody
this
else is
on, if three people agree that we want to not live stream it, but do it on a delayed basis, have the IT be able to put that on the website, we can do that if that's the majority. All I'm trying to do is reach some type of consensus, whether you wanted to do it and the reason behind not doing it. Commissioner McFarland McPherson say that he would be in favor of not doing it, not live streaming it, but doing it on a delayed basis.
I mean, if you got people that are not going to agree to waiting outside, you know, that would really be a moot point. Because if they're gonna say, I'm gonna come in anyway, whether you know, ask me to wait outside or not, they're still gonna be able to be privy to what is disclosed during a particular candidate's interview. I really don't see what's transparent about uploading a video, because after that, the interview is going to be over. So that's my take on it.
Okay. Trying to see if we have a majority, one way or the other. I'm moving to live stream without any delays, but whatever, if, that's my vote. I mean,
All right, I'm going with Mayor Bab. We just live stream. Just go ahead, live stream. I go with Mayor Bab.
Well, the unvoted consensus would be to continue the live stream. Maybe we'll see something or notice something in that and can do something for the city manager position, if that's the case. For the good of the order, thank you.
Nothing, just want to say good night. Oh, I did enjoy the event today. It was really nice, and that is a beautiful mural. So if everyone can get a chance, please go over there and see it, but it is beautiful. And I want to say thank you to the kids. Job well done. And thanks to everyone that, you know, participated and had a hand in getting that done. But it's a really beautiful mural there. Good night.
Mr. McDonald.
Nothing, just looking forward to continuing to rally the troops here so that we can do what's necessary to get going forward.
Commissioner McPherson.
Yes. The mirror, that was, first of all, I just want to thank Mr. Jackson for his commitment and continuing to do, his level best to make sure the city continue to move forward. Mr. Mendez, I know I don't make proclamations, but I think it would be fitting, appropriate for us to give him one with the hard work and dedication that he's done with the several projects that he put out. I think it would be appropriate for us to give him a proclamation. I know that's not my job, but I just want to put that out there. I can't remember his first name.
Jose.
Okay. Because he's did, I think, several projects, art projects. He's put some benches and stuff around. And he's worked well with the kids to get them to to get them involved in the thing. And you can tell the kids are excited about it, what he's doing. And my next thing, I know we made a motion a while back. I just want to follow up on the board meeting for the Parks and Recreation Board. Do we have any consensus on the meeting?
So as of today, this afternoon, 4 of the 5 members have responded. So it will more than likely be on September 25th and more than likely probably between the hours of 1 and 3.
September what?
25th.
What time? What date is that on?
That's in 2 days. So
Friday.
Oh,
Thursday.
Friday. Thursday. September. What time?
Between 1 and 3, so it may be scheduled for probably 2 o'clock or somewhere between that time.
Well, I have, it's on the Thursday. Okay, it's good on the Thursday.
I have a question. Is that enough notice? Today is the 23rd, and you're gonna have a meeting on the 25th?
Not for us.
12 hours.
I know it's for the Parks and Rec, you said, right?
Mhm.
Is that gonna be enough notice for them?
It should be, yes. Yes, ma'am.
In the middle of the day?
In the middle of the day, and probably
There's nothing
they
that
work.
prevents them from having a meeting in the middle of the day. They could have them, you could have them meeting any time of the day.
No, I'm
So who
asking-
set the time, them or?
So I sent
Oh.
a survey out.
Oh, they said it. Okay.
I sent a survey out, and based on the responses, they're all available on the 25th. 4 out of the 5 responded. So they're all available, the 4 out of the 5, on the 25th. Their availabilities kind of conflict a little bit, but the best time would be between the hours of 1 and 3.
No,
So,
okay, I just asked.
yeah.
I didn't know.
That's it.
All right. I entertain a motion for the adjournment of the meeting.
Mayor Bab, I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly seconded by Commissioner McDonough for the adjournment of the meeting. Call for question. Hearing none, all in favor, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams.
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald.
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald. Commissioner McPherson.
Yes.
Commissioner Scott.
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you. Motion adjourned.